Have had some strikes, so I wanted to give you an update on what's happening with weather in our area this evening. There's still a fair number of showers and thunderstorms out there diving down from the north, and it looks like George County picking up on some thunderstorms right now, as well as Escambia County picking up some heavy thunderstorms out near Atmore, and all this is dropping to the south. It's ahead of a surface cold front, which is really going to have a big improvement for us weather-wise. Is going to be moving in the next couple of days. Let's take a close look at what's happening with these storms right now and do some tracking here. Not severe, but active. Okay, you can see the Mobile area pretty quiet right now, but we've got a good thunderstorm just came through Lucedale. Got some decent thunderstorms that just came through Citronelle, and then also some heavy thunderstorms coming along 65 and dropping to the south down towards Atmore. So those are some of the key areas. I've got a little higher resolution look at it here. And let me make a couple of changes to the settings here, because it looks like we're sweeping this with a good bit of clutter. So I'm going to get some of that ground clutter taken out. Let's see, there we go. That should clean it up. And so we can kind of look in tight here. Lucedale, Agricola, this whole area, this is dropping to the south at about 15 miles an hour. It's dropping south and east. And we're seeing another storm that just popped up around Citronelle and Gulf Crest. That's dropping to the south at about 15 miles an hour. And this one's building towards Atmore and Flomaton. It too is dropping to the south and east. So let's look at what that would mean if you've got a storm up here, for example, right around Flomaton, and it's shaped like this and it's dropping to the south. We'll pull it forward to the southeast at about 15 miles an hour. That'll have it into Atmore by 8:32. We'll have it in the Century area by 8:23, so a little sooner there. It's about to move in now. It's already raining there now. I mean, we're already seeing this real close to Flomaton. And then the Burnville area by 8:45. So that gives you an idea of the track on that particular cell. Then as we work further over, let me clear that off. We're going to pan back over here towards Citronelle and Lucedale. I want to take this cell and track it too. Now keep in mind, these are predicted to weaken. These are kind of overachievers. Still a little bit of instability left over from the day, so they may fall apart as we get into news time tonight. We'll be tracking this on Fox 10 News. And if it holds together a good hour from now, these will be out around Big Creek Lake. We've got it in Hurley, the Harleston area, and Agricola. So between now and then, over the next hour, you can see the times there when we expect these thunderstorms to arrive. And not as strong, but we've got some decent thunderstorms up here around Citronelle and Mount Vernon. We'll take a look at this one. It looks like it's about to get down towards Gulf Crest. It may clip Chunchula, but it's dropping more towards Celeste Road. So we'll pull that to the southeast at about 15 miles an hour. It's headed down towards Satsuma, Creola area and Celeste Road. It'll move down that way. It's already over that area, and right now the upper end of Celeste Road. So that gives you an idea of what we're tracking. We've got showers and thunderstorms. This is a 1-hour loop, and so you can see it moving. You can get an idea of how far the storms have traveled over the last hour. They actually look fairly healthy back towards Atmore. And there is some lightning in this. We can see it outside from the Fox 10 News studios, actually, in the Mobile area. So we're getting some lightning strikes. I'm going to pop up our lightning tracker here. And it looks like most of the strikes are up here in around Huxford. And what I'll do is I'll put a little loop on, and hopefully that'll... Yeah, you can see the strikes right there. See them popping up? So we are getting some lightning there. Elsewhere, it looks like over into George County, we're getting a few lightning strikes. Now, within the last 15 minutes, not seeing a ton of strikes, but around Lucedale, we've been getting some rumbles. So it's not an especially electric event. We've got a cold front on the way, so let's check in on that. And I'm going to pop that up so you can see it, and then I'll bring it up full and we'll talk about it. So this is a look at the temperature contour map, and some of this is a result of precipitation, but a lot of it has to do with the surface front. And we can see that at 75 degrees in Jackson, Mississippi, we were at 91 earlier today. A lot of that's dropping down because we're starting to get some thunderstorms brewing, but this is where it's really starting to get nice, back into Arkansas. The surface front is about right through here. and we've had some rain, cool air in Oxford, Mississippi also, but the front's getting close there to Ole Miss. And we're seeing down here around southeastern Louisiana at 81 degrees in New Orleans, 80 in Pensacola. It feels like summertime here. It's trending towards fall up here in Arkansas, and that front is on the way. So we're going to get that in here. And this is going to be different. The last cool spell lasted for 2 mornings, and we were talking about some 60s for temperatures. Well, this next cool front is going to last through the weekend and maybe into next week. And we'll see lows in the 50s. So highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s. That's almost late October-like. We've got some big changes on the way. And let's see if we can get you updated on that. I've got another graphic which needs to be updated for Fox 10 News tonight, and it should help illustrate exactly where the front is. So we'll just do it live here on this Facebook presentation. And so what this does, this shows me what's going on with surface features and wind. And one of the things that needs to happen here, without a doubt, because we're already getting a wind shift, it looks like the front has made a little progress. So it's going to be about right here. And there's still a little bit of a ridge down here off the Texas coast, but that doesn't matter much. And the cooler air it's getting closer. It's coming in behind the front. So we use that tonight, and we can tell the wind's coming around out of the north, because if you look at the arrows, they're going north to south around that word cool. So that's bringing cold air down. It's going to be a fairly strong cool air push. We'll see winds tomorrow at about 15 miles an hour, and they may gust up briefly to about 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. So we're talking highs in the 70s with some clouds and a breeze, and it will be sticky when you wake up and you step out the door, but by lunchtime you'll probably feel that something's different. You also notice a lack of rainfall tomorrow, which will be good because we've been inundated with really torrential rain. I mean, we're up around 70 inches of rain for the year. It's been just ridiculous, and things are going to improve because the drier air is going to keep rain chances from really being an issue. And this is our Futurecast model. I was kind of curious to see what it did with it. It did this at 5 o'clock too. Note that it's ending the thunderstorms across the area. It still shows them active around 9 o'clock, and it really wants to develop the storms a little better off to the west, but right now they're overachieving a little bit. There's no question, but we do expect around midnight or so for all these to fall apart. And then the front's coming through, but it's really not bringing any rain. Just a band of clouds tomorrow. That's 10 a.m. on your Wednesday. Lunchtime, afternoon, still some clouds, maybe some breaks as we get into the middle of the afternoon. And then by the evening, we're talking partly cloudy skies. So that gives you a good idea of what we're seeing there. And here is the extended forecast. And this is where it really gets nice as soon as this loads. All right, 80 degrees tomorrow and falling late in the day. And then tomorrow night down to 57, and then only in the upper 70s on Thursday and Friday with lows in the 50s. And look at this run here. I mean, even into early next week, we're talking about lows in the lower 60s and highs in the lower to middle 80s and dry air, and humidity each afternoon is going to be around 30 to 40%. So this is going to feel great. We're in for a treat. Fall is on the way. We'll update you on any storms in the region, and also take a look at the tropics. Still some things to track out there. I'll have all that for you and more on Fox 10 News at 9 and 10 p.m. with Lenise Lagan. See you then.